play. You've been one of those people that stepped up to that plate ever since. Because the title of the talk, as well as what we wanted to discuss in detail today, is the vaccine hesitancy that you've then been trying to I won't say counteract, but offering support almost to some of those things and trying to help understand the narratives as well as then offering a reassurance. So tell us a little bit how you got into that line of work.
So we were so lucky as a country, especially in the UK, where the vaccination started on 8th of December, and it's a boon that we had the vaccine. But on the downside, it was very frustrating as a healthcare professional suffered from COVID, that there are still people who either did not believe in virus or the vaccine. Now, when we say anti-vaccinators or vaccine hesitancy, there's a big difference. So there are some group of people who are anti-vaccinators who are totally against the vaccine, the concept of vaccine, or even having that. And there are some group of people who are actually hesitant, which means it's not that they don't want to take it, they're not sure. And my point is, I think those are the group that we can easily target, and we can have our control, not control, but we can achieve vaccinating those people by gaining their trust. I mean, when we did a national statistic, I mean, there's a research or there's a paper for BMJ, which was published literally on 28th of March. That's a really good paper on vaccine hesitancy. It shows actually the data. So 82% of the UK individuals were very likely, when they were asked, they were very likely to take the vaccine. Only the other few weren't, ready. But even in that population, only very few of them were anti-vaccinators, and the majority of them were actually not sure. And in that, I think the majority of them who were not sure was from Black African, of Black Caribbean, and some of them were Pakistani and Bangladeshi minorities, and some of the white Eastern European. Now, when the media use the term BAME, I feel to use that acronym to just segregate and put everything under one umbrella is not helping, because when I think it's been massively used, and it's been detrimental to use that term BAME in. I've just recently watched the news and Sky News. They've said, oh, there's a lot of hesitancy. Yes, we are addressing the problem, and by keeping everything under one umbrella called BAME, but are we actually doing something to kind of resolve the issue? I think what would be good is to address that particular community. So let's suppose when you say BAME, there's so many people, every community, it's a broad terminology, culture can be different. So if we can identify a particular group and what is the cause, and to be honest, from my experience, I've been analyzing this from a long time, and I think communication language, it's becoming a big barrier for them to understand. For example, in the vaccine clinic, I've been so many times I've been asked, oh, does it have any meat product? I'm allergic to penicillin. Can I be fertile enough? Now, all these things are there in probably all news media, but those population do not actually go to see BBC or Sky News. Their source could be Facebook, could be Instagram. So I think as an individual, as a healthcare professional, if each of us take that extra responsibility to disseminate that information, be it a local language or going a bit ahead with that, I think that's going to help a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that it's come up, because it was one of the questions I was meaning to ask you, actually, as to what your take is on the term, the acronym BAME. Me and you, even on back and forth on LinkedIn, we've used it as shorthand and things. It's something that the people are sometimes at pains to make sure that they are appropriately using the progressive language of the time to make sure that we can be appropriately sensitive. And BAME is a phrase that has been proliferated recently, or relatively recently, but also people of colour. But those aren't synonymous, because of course within